Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. M16 right here, right now, One ISTV, Intercontinental Sport TV. The Dawn in the building. Welcoming everybody onto this one. I'm serious right now. They are loaded. Welcoming everybody. Please smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Manchester United. We did it. We can do it. Arsenal couldn't do it. They ended up having a draw soup. And Jeffers will be coming out tonight to come and tell me stories upon stories. I think at this moment, Jeffers is tired of Arteta. Let's see. All right, people, it's game 16. No easy game, but it was a fantastic game. Fantastic outplay by Manchester United right there. Amma doing his things, jiggling everywhere. I call him Little Messi of Africa. No doubt about it. That guy is phenomenal. That being said, I tell you it's going to happen tonight. Let's quickly look at the result for over the weekend. Arsenal had a draw soup, ogbono soup, cooked and served at the Emirates Stadium. No goal from either side. They can't even do their normal joker. They can't even do that thing that they used to do. And what is that thing? Stoke FC, corner kick. Nothing went in. That's dangerous for Arsenal there. Jeffers, you go here around tonight. All right, Liverpool also had a draw soup. 2-2. Desmond 2-2 at the Anfield Stadium. What a magic. Newcastle beat Leicester City. They told good Van Nistelrooy, sit down. And that they gave them 4-0. Wolves after their coach by Ipswich beating them 2-1 at their stadium. Also Nottingham Forest outshine Aston Villa. What is wrong with Aston Villa? That's why will tell me tonight. And also Brighton in the mud by Crystal Palace 3-1. Look at that game. Manchester United beat Man City. I think today, Pep needs to be sacked, in my own opinion. He needs to be sacked, in my own opinion. Whereas Stamford Bridge still remain gidigba. They are on points. What Arsenal couldn't do, Chelsea can do it better. 2-1 to Chelsea. And also, Spurs running riot all over Southampton and make them to sack their manager. But first of all, let's look at what we're going to talk about tonight. The results. We're going to look at Arsenal game versus Everton. I tell you, I want to ask Jeffers, what is really going on? What is really going on at Arsenal? They couldn't score. What is going on? And also, we'll talk about Liverpool. They played a good game, but they're for short. Man City versus Manchester United, we'll discuss about that. And also, Chelsea are really the team to beat at the moment, the way I can see it. So, with that being said, let me welcome this man. Jeffers, Otisheleo.
Okay. First of all, I think you might be seeing I'm actually wearing a red cap. Yes. I think it was a red letter weekend, basically, in Europe, because I can't imagine when we're talking about a weekend whereby almost all the top teams either dropped points or they lost.
lost.
Are we talking about Bayern Munich? They got beaten.
Barcelona.
Are we talking about Barcelona? They got beaten. Madrid played a draw. Juventus played a draw. Liverpool, Arsenal both drew. City's zone. I said it. City are running.
You said it. Yeah, they're running a promo. We better get your hold.
Better get your hold. That's why it lasts. Anyway, but one thing we're certain about the Premier League is that it doesn't disappoint. And once again, we're treated to a weekend of excitement and a weekend of all manner of results basically coming out. I think for Spurs, I wasn't surprised. In all honesty, I expected Spurs to beat Southampton, but
yeah,
it was a dismantling, and unfortunately, whenever
I think they scored the 5 goals in the first half.
Four in the first half. Four in the first, the one in the second half. Unfortunately, whenever teams tend to fumble like this, one person takes the blame for it, and that's the manager. And unfortunately, Mr. Martin has been let go. But we'll
Yeah,
talk about it
yeah.
eventually.
I want us to first of all talk about this manager being sacked
Okay.
as Wolves
Uh,
O'Neill. The results were
all
not
right.
coming in, so I think they have to part way with him. What do
I
you think
think
about the sack?
of the two sackings, I think this one was not fair because, in
This
all
one,
honesty, let's be
yeah.
realistic.
For
It
you,
wasn't this guy's fault. It wasn't his fault because the truth is this: we are looking at a club that has refused to sign players. If you remember very well, this was basically the major reason why Lopetegui
mm.
actually signed for Wolves and quit before the league even started. It
Yes.
was for
Oh yeah,
this
yes,
reason
yes. For this
because they
reason,
refused to actually release funds for him to buy players. Now, O'Neill took the job basically like 2 days to the kickoff of the season, and we saw what happened in his very first game. It was a narrow defeat to Manchester United, and yet he was still able to manage these guys and even take them through the whole season. And when he came now to ask for funds again, what happened again?
they
He wasn't
disappointed him.
given.
Yeah.
Instead, they allowed him, they actually sold their best players in defense.
Yeah, they said yeah.
They sold Max Kilman and
This guy.
what's this other guy too? I think there's another
Is it
defender too that they also sold.
no? What about Neto?
They also sold Pedro Neto.
Neto,
Yeah,
yeah,
they sold Pedro Neto to Chelsea.
to
So
Chelsea.
in the case, it's a
He
case
has the
of
money.
you're not bringing in players, but you're selling players. Now, the excuse you might give is you're actually selling these players to actually recover funds to use in the transfer market. But now you sold them. Where is the money? You didn't give the manager to get resources. And yet he was, I think we were talking about this was the Wolves that basically the very first game they played against Arsenal this season, they had only 15 fit players. That
15.
was how bad it was. But he's been able to manage. He's been able to squeeze out the best he can with what he's got. But yet,
This club
instead of you
sometimes.
getting him, you then sack him. So basically, I think this is a case of it wasn't justified, and this might actually come back to actually haunt them. Because the truth is
I think
this:
so.
let's look at the caliber of players that you have in Wolves right now, and look at the caliber of managers available. Unless you're bringing in a manager like Steve Cooper, no
Mm.
manager will come to
What
this club to
to this
manage this
club?
club with
Yes.
what is available on ground. Now, talking about Russell Martin,
Yeah.
in all honesty, we saw it coming. We knew it was going to happen.
The guy know
I
the
think
hear word. You know
we
the
knew it was
hear.
going to happen. Another thing that contributed to his problem was majorly injuries. You've got players injured in all sections of the team. Now, you also added this person as well to it. You added this person, Ramsdale, as well to it. You basically got Ramsdale to kind of like show up the defense line. Now he's gotten injured, and since Ramsdale has gotten injured, can you
Mm.
guess how many goals Southampton has conceded?
Mm.
They've been shipping in goals. I think last time I checked, it was about 13 goals. So obviously, the defense is at sixes and sevens. I can't trust Lumley to be my number one, especially when I'm having a fight. It's not gonna happen. You know, initially we said about at the beginning of the season, I said that I see Southampton as one of those teams that will actually get relegated. So far, so good.
Yeah.
I'm still standing right on my prediction. They will get relegated, be it with the manager or without the manager. Because the truth is this: I do not know how you're going to get someone to actually talk to these players. These players basically look as if they've given up. In all honesty, they look like they've given up. Basically, as far as this is concerned, they are basically preparing for the championship, even though it's not yet January. Because I don't see how they are going to move from where they are. They are on the bottom of the table with
Yeah.
six
The
points.
bottom.
When you look at the people who are ahead of them,
It's 5 points.
managerial wise, the only person who might be in the same ship they are in is Wolves. Because the truth is this: Ipswich Town will do better than Southampton. Leicester City have
Yes.
got Van Nistelrooy. They will do better than Southampton. Even Everton will do better than Southampton. The same thing with Crystal Palace. So how do you intend to challenge these guys in the relegation dogfight? It's going to be impossible. I do not
Yeah.
know what they want to do, but the truth is this: it's a little too late because at this point we are going to the point whereby the top sides will now start to consolidate.
Mm.
How do Southampton find a way to get back up? Because the gap is already getting wide. You're talking about them on 6 points, and the team on 14th already has 18 points. That is points. 12 points.
It's crazy.
How are they going to meet up? That's a major concern here. So I think there's whoever is coming in should just come in with the mindset that you're preparing for life in the championship next season, because at this point, I think it's already gone for Southampton.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Because of our time, let's look at what we are going to talking points from the result that came out on game 16. You know, as I've said, look at this. We have the result here: Arsenal 0-0 with Everton. Same with Liverpool 2-2, Newcastle 4-0, and
Yep.
Ipswich 2,
Yeah.
Wolves
Nottingham
1.
Forest.
Nottingham
I followed
Forest.
Nottingham Forest. I followed Nottingham Forest this
Aston
game.
Villa, Aston Villa scored first.
Yeah. The truth is, Aston Villa are also in a crisis. I think you're aware of that.
Yeah.
This is 9 games without the victory in the Premier League. Yeah. They're only getting results in the Champions League. In the league, they're not getting results. I
Yes.
remember we said this thing about Unai Emery putting priority on the Champions League rather than the league. It's going to get him fired.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
unfortunately for him, his next game is against a team that needs points even more than he does.
Let's look at the
A
table.
Man
You
City.
see where they
Yeah.
are. Aston Villa,
Yep.
there's the crisis, but they're still doing
The
it.
gap is
There's
wide.
25 points.
Yeah. They are 25th. But it is that gradually it's because of the fact that the people who are on top of them have not consolidated. If they had
Yeah.
consolidated with their wins, I don't think we'll be talking about Villa right now. But the truth is that I think, in all honesty, we all expected this to happen.
Yes.
We expected that there was going to be a point whereby size will start dropping points. We said it was going to be December. December is here. It's happening.
It's
So right
happening.
now it's quickly bomb time. Everybody has to now go back to their reserve tank to actually try and gas up and fill up what's coming next.
All right, let's quickly talk about Arsenal. What happened? Talk to me, bro. Talk to me. What is happening in Arsenal?
Wow. I think this is actually a concern for Arsenal right now because of the fact that Arsenal couldn't score. I can't remember the last time Arsenal was not able to score at the Emirates. The only game they've not scored in this season was actually the game against Newcastle that they lost. They scored in every other game. Now, for me, I think we expected this at some point. We knew obviously that gamble of not getting a striker might actually come in handy. But let's be realistic here.
It's getting to that too. It's really looking like that.
Yeah, it's getting to it. We mentioned it initially before this game that this was a game that we expected will actually have challenges for them because of the fact that Everton, on the other hand, are a side that are actually good with managing set pieces. Remember, we said it. So it's a case of who needed set pieces the most. And I think we need to give Sean Dyche a thumbs up for actually what he was able to do. He knew that the set pieces were going to be a challenge. So what happened? He actually had
the structure was good.
A pattern whereby they were taking out the major threats on set pieces. Everton's defenders are always good when it comes to area balls. I hate playing against them because they are all tall defenders. And also, when Bukayo had the ball, you had three men.
Three men. 1, 2, 3. Double up.
This has always been my fear. Whenever you double up on Bukayo, it's a problem. Why? Because of the fact that there is no backup to support him. Unfortunately,
Timber didn't overlap.
Timber overlapped. He overlapped, but basically the pressure was on him at the back with Harrison, so he had to stay at the back. That was the challenge he had. The person who would have assisted him at that point was actually Martin Odegaard. But let's face it, I think paternity is actually getting to Odegaard because in the last two games, I think Popsy has been nursing the baby a whole lot and it's been affecting him. But I personally think this thing will actually bounce back. I think we actually saw this happen last season. They got to this paper, and by the time they came back after the trip to Dubai, by the time they came back to January, they were back on all cylinders firing. I think
so where are they going this season? Where are they going? Dubai again.
No, we are staying in England because the way the fixtures are, almost all the games from now to January will actually be in London. They are not going far. So they will be home to actually manage this thing presently. So I think they'll be okay. They just need to just
But,
marshal up and
but
sort
let me
out
ask you something.
within
Let me ask you
themselves.
something,
Yeah,
Jeffers. The
yep, yep.
Arsenal fans base, I think is divided. Some people are saying this guy has to be sacked. Some are
It's
saying,
expected.
what
It
can he
is
do?
expected. It
Or
is
I
expected.
mean, okay. I think what they ask, most of them usually talk about is that he has taken off Arsenal. He has made Arsenal better. You know, there
Yeah,
was
but to take them beyond the finish line is
the
where the
fish
issue is.
line is where the issue is.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
can they continue like this?
sure,
So
sure.
as a fan, where
Yeah.
are you standing about Ateta? Do you still
Ah,
believe it can take you guys there, or guys, it's just
I
let him
feel
go?
like I feel Arteta is suffering from the Pep Guardiola syndrome.
Yay.
Yeah. What I mean by the Pep Guardiola syndrome is this. Arteta is doing a fantastic job with Arsenal. At least one thing he's been able to do is he's been able to like bridge the gap between the club, the
Mhm,
players, and the fan base.
mhm.
However, what I mentioned is the Pep Guardiola syndrome is this. Arteta is overthinking, he's
Hmm,
overanalyzing,
hmm,
and it's getting to him.
hmm,
To be
hmm.
honest with you, look, the major reason why Liverpool are first, in all honesty, has had nothing to do with Anslot.
Yeah, I agree with
Just
you.
basically a continuity of what
The
club has put
template,
in these
the
players.
structure is
It's the
there.
structure and the template that is going on.
Yes.
Slot hasn't done anything yet. We will actually start to see Slot's capabilities from next season, not from this season. So the thing now is this, Arteta, you are a manager that has basically taken this team from January to this point, and you've lost only 2 matches. Sorry, 3 matches. Bournemouth, Newcastle, and Aston Villa last season. In fact, funny enough, those are the 3 games that Arsenal has not actually scored in this season, in
This
this
is
year, basically. As far as the league is concerned, those are the 3 games they haven't gotten a goal in. Now, for me, this is it.
now I want to hear that for you. I want to know.
I think Arteta for once should step back and let his players start doing the job on the field.
Ha,
They know what to do. They
ha.
know what is expected of them. I saw Lewis Kelly start a game against Everton, and the young man gave a good account of himself. So now my question is this: if Lewis Kelly has actually proven that he can actually hold his own, why are you putting Thomas Partey on the bench? Or better still, why are you putting him in right back? Let Partey go to midfield. We have seen Partey single-handedly decide games. Why are you denying us saying that again? I personally felt if Partey had been in that midfield on Saturday, Arsenal would have won that game easily. Because now what was happening was we knew this guy was off color. Odegaard. You were now putting pressure on Declan Rice to do both defensive and offensive. Come on. You then take out Odegaard. You want to get a goal and you're bringing in Jorginho. Who does that? Seriously. You're bringing in Jorginho simply tells us you actually want to defend the game. And for God's sake, you're defending a goalless at the Emirates. It's unheard of. I think he should let his natural team play. Stop deciding. The good thing is the players who are injured are gradually coming back. The only person who's going to be a long-term casualty is White, and White will be back by January. So why are you overthinking? You have Tierney there. Fine, the guy has been able to prove that he's fit to be on the match day squad. Then once again, put all Peters aside. Let him play. Let him contribute to the team. As long as he's there, as long as he's representing the badge, let him play. When he gets injured, we'll worry about when he gets injured. For now, let him play. I do not want to see this kind of shuffling. I think so far so good. He's been able to get the hang of the tougher games. Moving from here to January, they are easy games, and I expect Arsenal to get 3 points in every single game because These are all winnable games. These are all easy games.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah. These are all winnable games. So I think he should just go ahead, take his foot off the gas, and let these guys run. Simple
Yeah.
and short. Because that's
Okay.
the same thing every Arsenal fan is talking about.
All right. Let's quickly talk about this game as well too. Liverpool, they went
Okay.
2-2. They went into the game, and this guy Robertson did the
Robertson got sent off. Um,
got sent
I
off.
I think this game basically, it's
Hmm.
not as if Liverpool were able to actually, not as if it wasn't as if it was 1 point gain for Liverpool. It was more or less 2 points lost for Fulham. Because the truth was this: by the ending of that first half alone, Fulham should have been at least 3 goals up. They had Liverpool by the scruff of the neck. All they had to do was just bury their chances. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
they couldn't. And we've always said this thing: whenever you have the opportunity to kill off Liverpool and you fail to utilize it, especially at Anfield, I beg of you, do not come out for the second half. Because you see that second half, you're not leaving your 18. And no surprises, by the time they got back into the game in the second half, the very first thing Liverpool did was to score. And once they got that equalizer, you knew that this game will only end in one way. If anything's worst case scenario, if Liverpool are going to drop points, they will only drop two. They're not going to drop everything. And no surprises, Fulham actually came back and they scored. But as we've always said, the advantage Liverpool tends to have above every other person in this title race is the firepower in attack.
Hmm.
It's as if every single player in that Liverpool attack, every single attacker there is designed for a particular fixture. In this fixture, they needed someone like Diogo Jota. And no surprise, when I saw him warming up on the bench, I saw some of my friends, I said, this guy is going to actually cause trouble in this game. And no surprises, he came in and, as usual, he did what we know Liverpool could do. So this was 2 points. To be honest with you, I don't think it's a bad result because the truth is this: we've always known that there's going to be a point whereby it will get tough. Liverpool will drop points. The major thing is they are not dropping points negatively. They are dropping points positively. They are at least getting a point. These are games that will actually go a long way in deciding whether who gets the title at the end of the day. Because the truth is this: right now we are getting to the tail end of the title race. We are about to go into a sprint. Every game matters. So right now, if you can take anyone you can take it and make good advantage of it. You know, I said initially that the point gap they already had is going to serve as enough cushion for them because when the time is going to come whereby they might actually drop points, they will have something to fall back on.
Hmm.
Right now, the gap between them and Chelsea is two
Yeah, let me.
points.
It's 2 points. Let me see. Let's
Yeah,
see. Yeah,
it's
two
2 points.
points.
And Chelsea has a
Liverpool on
game in hand.
36, Chelsea
Oh, Liverpool has a
34.
game in hand.
Liverpool,
Yes.
yeah. With I think
So
against
it's
Everton.
Everton, yeah. So it's going to
Hmm.
count. At least I know that game. They might play that game around February because as far as the Champions League is concerned, it's certain
Hmm.
they're going to finish in the top eight. So right that at that period, whether they're actually having the playoffs, they're going to fix that fixture there. So
Hmm.
it's February basically for the Merseyside derby. We might actually having a case whereby we might just be seeing both legs of the Merseyside derby actually coming close because of the fact of this fixture conjecture. So I
Hmm.
think this one they will actually say they didn't lose. They actually did the part of making sure that they actually got this game without a defeat. But I think yes, Robertson, it was a very, very silly tackle, in all honesty. He should
Yeah.
have done better, in my own opinion. He let his team down in this particular game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let's review the match of the week.
Okay.
It was
All right.
Manchester United went to Etihad,
Yes, yeah.
grab
And
three
in the
points.
space of 6 weeks, Pep has lost to
Kí ló ń
Amorim
ṣẹlẹ̀ mẹ́yẹn náà?
twice. Okay. At this point, we've been whispering it, but now let's officially say it.
Say it.
Man City are out of the title race.
Period. I agree with
Because
you.
the truth is this: we've been following the Premier League since 1993, and we are free to say it here. No one wins the Premier League by losing 5 matches. No one. Pep has lost 5 in the league already. And when you realize the fact that he is yet to go to places that normally he doesn't get results, he's yet to go to White Hart Lane. He is yet to go to the Etihad.
It's
He is yet to go to
Anfield,
He's yet to go to Anfield. Sorry, he's yet to go to
Old
the
Trafford,
Emirates.
Emirates.
He's
Yeah,
yet to
the
go to
place.
Old Trafford.
Forget about it.
These
They're
are
out.
places that they will find it hard to get results.
Man
And you've
City is
already
out.
lost 5. At this point, we should say it's over. But the truth is this: at this point, at a point in that game, I started feeling for Pep. Where I started feeling for Pep, in all honesty, where I
Wow.
started feeling for Pep was actually at the 86th minute. If you realize one thing in that game, the moment City scored, it was as if United went to sleep. United just didn't turn up.
Yeah.
It was until that penalty that was when it was as if something was
Something is,
awoken in the devil.
yeah.
Something
Like
scared the
we actually
devil
can do
basically,
something.
and
Yeah, we can
they could
actually do
actually do something. And I think Pep's expression said it all. The moment, I've always said I've had my doubts about Matheus Nunes. He proved it yesterday. You
try.
lost that ball. All you needed to do was you get there and just stay on your man.
Stay your
The
man.
next thing they did was, as that tackle got in, the cameraman, I think he was paid to do that. He just went to Pep and I saw Pep's hand. I was like, oh Jesus Christ, they've done it to Pep again. At that point, I said, okay, you know what? I think this game, I think City has lost this game. No surprises. Upstairs, Bruno Fernandes, he converts the penalty.
Now, let me ask you
And
something.
then,
Jeffers,
yeah,
there's something Amorim did, and
yeah.
it really shocked me when the team news came out. No Rashford, no Garnacho.
I said it.
Huh?
I said it. I said, if he wants to win this game, those two guys should be nowhere. Actually, Kegze, I
In
didn't
fact,
mention Kegze.
they were not even on the bench.
Yeah, they got information later that it was actually a WhatsApp conversation he sent to both of them that they are not making the team squad. And the truth is this: this is where I keep on saying it. It takes guts to
Guts.
make that decision.
Kai.
And this is a man who knows that basically at this point,
Yeah.
these guys have been pampered a lot. It's time to make decisions. I said this thing about Rashford, that I personally feel Rashford is not a bad player, but I feel at this point he is better off leaving United because I do not see any reason. I don't see him fighting for that shirt again. And no surprises, the story we're hearing this morning was that as it is, Rashford actually has been asked to find a club in January.
Can you imagine?
He's leaving. Basically, he's going to be the first casualty of the Amorim era. He's going. He's been told to find a new club because basically the club is now looking at life without him. As for Garnacho, I've said it severally. That young man feels like he has arrived because the person who is meant to be challenging him in that position
is not even doing well.
It's not even doing well. Now, you see, one thing is this. This is one thing a new manager effect actually does to a team. When a new manager comes, it's a case of tabula rasa. Everybody is starting on a clean slate. Whatever offenses you have made, they are forgiven. Now you have to justify. And that is why, no surprises, all of a sudden we're actually seeing Anthony get some playing time. But the truth is this, let's be honest with ourselves. Ever since Amorim came, has anything changed with Rashford?
Nothing.
It tells you basically that this young man's head is no longer here. There is so much a manager can actually take. I remember when Arteta actually took over at Arsenal. I remember when he actually said, the first thing he did was, funny enough, the first thing he did was he actually put the most creative player in that team on the bench, and he said he said he can't fit into my plans. I, for one, I was mad. A lot of Arsenal fans were mad. Like, this is basically the only source we can have to actually create chances, and then you're putting him on the bench.
Are
And
you mad?
and after 5 games, we actually understood why. In fact, I think one commentator summarized it in simple English. He said Mesut Ozil is the most useless player on the pitch of play without the ball.
Ah,
And if you looked at it, it was the truth. Ozil doesn't defend.
I don't. Oh, of
Ozil is
course.
only creative when he has the ball with him up front. Anything without the ball is a passenger on the field. The same thing with Garnacho. I look at Garnacho and I feel like, young man, you still playing as if you look like you're in primary two. You think you're in the academy. Dude, this is the Premier League, it's real life. If you cannot take the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
Get
It's as
out.
simple as that. Right now, Mazawi is doing a better job, funny enough, as a wing back. I remember when we had this argument with Bishop, when I told Bishop, I said, I do not see any reason why Amad Diallo should be on the bench for
On the
Manchester United.
bench. Yeah, yeah.
Because
You
this
said
young
so.
man has proven time and time again that whenever he's needed to deliver on that pitch,
Absolutely.
he deliver.
He delivers.
And when you saw
What
that
do you
game,
think? What
basically
do you think Eric Ten Hag will be thinking now? What will be
he
what
goofed.
will be in his mind?
He goofed. Everton had goofed big time. This was all his fault. Another issue I want to point out here is this. Before I get to City, for me, honestly, we don't always pray for players downfall, but the truth is, at this point, we need to actually give our thoughts to Mason Mount
Chai.
because at the point Mason Mount went down on that pitch,
It's all over
the only thing that came to my mind was, here we go again.
again.
I don't know who has this guy offended. I beg, nítorí Ọlọ́run, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ dáríjì, forgive him because
Abi,
he doesn't deserve what he's getting. I mean, I see a player who is willing to actually give everything to at least prove that he wants to be a part of this project. And every time an injury comes up
man.
and it takes him back to square one.
And it could
It
take
takes
him
him back to square one.
it's
Right now, this one
several
might take
weeks.
him up to January.
Several weeks. And he
Several
has not
weeks.
scored one goal for Manchester United.
He,
One goal.
I think he has one goal. He has one goal. And funny
Really?
enough, that goal was actually when he came back from an injury.
An injury. Oh, okay.
Yes,
We're going to find
he
out
came
about
back
it.
from an injury to get that goal. So basically, he's going back to the injury table. I'm worried. Just like I'm worried for Luke Shaw. Is this a point whereby you should be talking about this player should actually be looking at retirement? It's a case of
It's the
concern
case. Yes.
because the injuries are actually getting frequent. Anyway, let's move to Manchester City. Now,
Please do. Please do.
at this point, let me say it. The problem right now is not Pep, it's his players. Because I am seeing a City team that is low on confidence completely.
Absolutely.
Have you noticed one thing with City? In every game they've played in so far, the very moment they concede is as if you've deflated a balloon. They lose all hope. As in, they just stop playing. The truth is this: Pep is doing the best with what he's got. But I think obviously at the back of his mind, there's going to be some regrets. Regret number one, you should have let Cole Palmer stay. Regret
Try.
number two, you should have let Julio Alvarez stay. Because
Yes.
right now,
Yes.
we are not
Alvarez.
arguing it. It is very, very obvious to anyone that can see that Kevin De Bruyne is not in form. He isn't.
Absolutely. I agree
To
with you.
make matters worse, Phil Foden
It's
is
also
not in form.
it's also not informed. And Godogan is
Jack
old.
Grealish is not in form.
It's just that is useless.
If Gundogan has played the best of his football and left it at
And
FC Barcelona, this is not the Gundogan that actually creates the Premier League. It's a shadow of himself. We keep on saying it severally that it is not a surprise to anyone that in this Manchester City squad, how many goals has City gotten in the Premier League this season?
Hmm.
Does it surprise you that only Helen Haaland has 13? while Josko Vadio has 8.
8.
That is 21 goals. If you take out those 2 players, where are the goals coming from?
0.
Last season, you had a Grealish contribute.
Yes.
You had a Doku contribute.
Foden.
You had a Foden contribute. Foden actually majorly contributed.
Yeah.
This season, you had an Alvarez contribute. Currently, no one is contributing. The question we're asking is, where are City going to get the goals from? Because the truth is this.
Do you think they'll go to the market in January? They have to.
They will go to the market in January. They have no choice. But this is my problem. Not only are you going to go and look for a defensive midfielder to shore up the defense line, but also you need to look at a backup for Erling Haaland. Because the truth is this, we've said it. If
Haaland don't play anything, no. Yesterday, you know,
he's
useless.
If Haaland doesn't get the ball, he's useless. My problem is there is no one on the substitute bench. Previously, we used to have an Oscar Bob who could actually come in and do something. There is no backup. So what do City do? It's a crisis. I think at this point, every Manchester City player should actually sit back, go to the video analysts for Manchester City, and take tapes of their last 11 matches, and then ask themselves, guys, we have fumbled. It's not working.
It's not working.
It's not working. These players have not turned up at all.
Yeah. Jevas, this is how far we can go tonight. Our viewers, please smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It's been a fantastic week.
Always drop your comments. Drop your comments on the channel. If you drop your comments, I'm always there to come and cause trouble. I like controversy. Let me come and put in my own point there.
All right, Jeffers, thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro. All right, thank you. All right, people, smash the like on the video, subscribe to our channel. This is how far we can go. And subscribe, share the video, and like the video. Thank you so much, guys. On the same time where we come back for the preview of the number 17, that's game week 17. I'm going to say, people, take it easy. Bye for now.